Aussie FIFA HD and welcome back to yet another skill move tutorial episode on my channel. Today, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, you've patched the stepovers. What am I going to do now? Well, I'm about to help you lads. I'm going to show you guys the new meta, what skill moves work in FIFA 21 as of now, post patch. So without further ado, let's get into the intro and then let's get into what actually works in FIFA 21 post-patch.
Griezmann, 3 men around him, but somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
On the ball. He's made
Look at this just control. The control displayed there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. The finest of...
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
The bridge skill, for me, I feel like it's still overpowered in FIFA 21. EA have not patched, let's just say, the third most overpowered skill move behind the stepovers and behind the Elastico back in patch number 1 earlier on in the game. The bridge skill is still here, lads, so don't panic. There's still a skill move that you guys can learn, which is very overpowered. Not learn, but actually still use, which is very overpowered in FIFA 21. It's quite simple to perform. All you need to do is double tap the R1 button and basically the player will push the ball up further up the pitch. He will then run around the player or at least burst off into the space where the ball is and continue to run. It's an easy skill move to perform and it's also quite overpowered, and you guys can use this in various different situations in FIFA 21, whether it's out on the wing or if it's in the bots. Especially in the bots, I feel like defenders struggle to, let's just say, lock on to the ball when you perform the bridge skill, which I have found is, for me, when I'm trying to defend against it, it's quite hard. And for me, the bridge skill, it's for me, it's number 1. Probably the most overpowered skill move remaining in FIFA 21. But without further ado, let's get into the next skill move. The ball roll, for me, is one of the most overpowered skill moves in FIFA 21. The reason why is you can use it in so many different areas on the pitch, whether it's out on the wing to bring the ball back around and keep the ball away from the defender so that you can switch to play, whether it's rounding the keeper even, or if you simply just want to beat a defender. The ball roll is very good for that because essentially it drags the ball away from the defender's foot so they can't make a tackle. And likewise with one-on-one situations with the keeper, you're able to use the ball roll to drag the ball away from the keeper's hands. And for me, the ball roll, it's one of the best you can use in FIFA 21 thus far, especially post-patch. Now that the stepovers is gone, to perform it, all you will need to do is hold either 90 degrees or to 70 degrees to where the player is facing. From a clock perspective, that's 3 and 9 o'clock. Okay, so you need to hold that. Okay, so it's either side of where the player is facing. You need to hold it for at least a second and the player will perform the ball roll. It's quite easy to perform. Once you get the angles right, that's what I need to stress to you guys. You need to get the angles right, but once you get them right, it's quite easy to perform. You can use it though in multiple areas out on the wing to bring the ball back around to switch the play. You can use it to round the keeper, as I was saying before, and also create the angle to score a shot. Score a goal. I usually use this to drag the ball to one side to finesse it top corner, or at least just drag it away from the defender so it opens up a bigger angle for you to make the shot. The ball roll for me, it's usable, guys, so don't stress. Stepovers are gone, but ball roll, it's one that you can use. Scoop turn, what a skill move this is. If you're looking for a skill move to essentially burst off into the space, once you perform the scoop turn, then this is a very good skill move for you, because what you can do is sort of curl it around the defender so that you bypass them and essentially burst off into the space. And I find the scoop turn for me is actually quite useful with high pacey 5-star skiller players. You can perform the scoop turn with 4-star skillers, don't get me wrong, but you can only really do that with a 4-star skiller who is standing still. With a 5-star skiller, you can actually do a running scoop turn, and essentially they can burst off into the space that in the angle that you perform the scoop turn. To perform it though, it's quite simple. It's not too hard. All you need to do is learn how to do a fake shot, okay, and that's by pressing either shoot or cross and then subsequently pressing pass afterwards, and the player will perform a fake shot. Okay, not a fake shot, a scoop turn, sorry. Essentially it's the same thing. If you're using a 4-star skiller, they have to be standing still, so maybe do a fake shot stop before you perform it, but they will perform the scoop turn if you do perform the fake shot while standing still. But I highly recommend using this with your Neymars, your Mbappes and your Ronaldos, okay, because this is really, really good, especially for bursting off into the space, creating the angle and essentially scoring goals. I use this a lot, okay, in the weekend league. If you go back and watch the 30-no highlight videos that I do on this channel, you will see that I use the scoop turn, okay, quite often to score, some goals and to bypass the defenders. So, for me, the scoop turn, it's one you should use in FIFA 21. The fake shot stop! What a skill move this is. So simple, but yet so effective. I find you can use this in many different ways. You can use it to skill chain, okay, so if I want to do a La Croqueta afterwards, I can. I can also do a scoop turn off a fake shot stop, which I did just show you guys how to do. The scoop turn essentially is just performing a fake shot. Essentially for the fake shot stop, it's in the name. What you need to do though is take your hand off the left analog stick as you perform the fake shot, because then this will allow the player to stand still. For me, the fake shot stop is, one of the most overpowered skill moves, but yet one of the most easiest. And if you guys implement this into your game, you can use it in so many different ways, whether it's stopping the ball still, holding it up and making a play, or essentially doing a skill move afterwards, as I said, like a La Croqueta or a scoop turn. So for me, post-patch, don't worry lads, use the fake shot stop. You don't need step overs. It might be a little bit like FIFA 20 at the moment, but who cares lads? Possession is key. Use possession and you'll get by. For me, this fake shot stop is definitely something you should use post-patch, so be sure to implement it into your attacking game. For let's get into the final skill, the last skill, which you guys can still use and is still usable in FIFA 21. The heel to heel. It's made a lot of skill move or top 3 skill move episodes on this channel. In fact, it made one last night in the top 3 skill moves to use inside the bots. The heel to heel you can use pretty much anywhere, although I do use or recommend using this only in the bots because it's quite good for bursting past the defender's foot to make a shot, and I use this quite often. It's a very, very good skill move and you guys should definitely implement it into your game. It's quite simple to perform. You only need to press once forwards and once backwards to where the player is facing. So essentially we're talking from a degree perspective. Obviously, that is 0 degrees and 180 degrees, so forwards, back. If you're doing from a clock perspective, obviously from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, once forwards, once back, and then he will perform the heel to heel. Once you get the angles right, it's quite easy to perform, but like any skill move, you need to get the angles right. But as I was saying before, you can use this to burst into the space and essentially burst past the defender. You can use it to get an angle to make a shot and score some goals. It's usable post-patch in FIFA 21, and for me, you don't need the step overs, lads. Use the heel to heel and it will get you by. But that will signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash a like, drop a sub, drop a follow as well on my Twitter. Link is in the description down below. Once again, thank you ever so much from the bottom of my heart for 10,000 subscribers. I really, really do appreciate it, lads, from the bottom of my heart. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm out. Have a good one and peace.